we're just going to get straight into that performance yesterday. We're not going to analyse it, not going to use the computer, look at the stats or anything like that, because we don't need to. Man City 4, Liverpool 0. Man City were considerably better than us in pretty much every single department. Jurgen Klopp can get offended, and he was very touchy in his interview last night. He can get very offended about the questions about Liverpool's attitude, the work rates and stuff like that. But when you look at the two teams, alright, Liverpool got a sort of guard of honour, even though a lot of the players started to walk off after it, when it hadn't even been completely completed. Whatever, fair enough, we got the guard of honour and people were buzzing about that. But when it came down to the actual performance of the players, Man City looked just well up for it. We looked like a team that had literally just partied for a week. Andy Robertson probably had one of the worst games I've seen him have in a Liverpool shirt. Joe Gomez, probably similar. The fact that he got substituted at half time probably says a lot. There was a bit of a switching of Trent Alexander-Arnold going over to the left-hand side for a little bit and switching over and stuff like that. And in the end, look, we had our chances in that game. Salah hitting the post and stuff like that as well. Joe Gomez giving away a penalty pretty much set Man City off on their way. Once they got that penalty, it seemed to deflate our team. And we still had chances to move the ball forward as well. And it just didn't happen for us at all. Man City were the much better team over Liverpool. The only positive that I can take out of this game is that normally when Liverpool have a performance like this, and it literally echoes, it brought back memories to me of when we lost 5-0, which we nearly lost 5-0, apart from a VAR decision on 90 minutes last night. When we lost 5-0 a couple of years ago against City when Sadio Mane got sent off for a high boot on Ederson. When we get a result like this, there's normally a very good positive reaction after it. Now, obviously, there's not really a great deal to go crazy about in this game. It's not like games like this are deciding the title when the title is already decided. We have it. That's fine. We've won it. It's okay. But that doesn't mean that these players and this team have an excuse to drop off performances like they did against Man City. Now, Man City are capable of doing that to any team in world football. They really are. Whether it's Real Madrid or if it's Bayern Munich or if it's a Liverpool, they can do this. They can go out there, blitz teams, and Man City looked exceptionally comfortable. They looked very, very comfortable. They looked very creative. They just looked very free-flowing in their football, like they could just express themselves how they wanted to. Whereas, we looked like we were chasing shadows. We looked like we were chasing players that weren't even there. By the time we get to that player, bang, ball's moved, the ball's moved, the ball's moved. I can't go in on Alisson too much because, to be honest, it's probably one of the worst defensive displays I've seen us have in a long, long time. He wasn't helped out by his defence whatsoever. And that includes Van Dijk. It includes every one of that back four. Van Dijk probably didn't have his best game, no doubt, but the people around him as well. That whole back four need to hold each other to account. All of them do. So, look, I haven't looked at the fixture list of who we've got coming up next. I kind of didn't look at the fixture list anyway once we'd won the title because it really doesn't actually matter who we come up and face in the next couple of weeks, the next 6 games, whatever. It doesn't actually really matter because obviously we've sewn up the title. But I will be going and looking at it the rest of today, making notes and putting out a video tomorrow. So the video is going to come out tomorrow previewing the next 6 games for Liverpool and what we should be able to expect from them. We need to expect better. We've only had 2 losses in the Premier League this season, Watford and now Man City. 2 draws and 28 wins. This team is still doing phenomenal stuff, still has done phenomenal stuff, but they still need to come out and perform. So maybe we can cut the team the tiniest little slither of slack because of the celebrations that they've had midweek. That's fine, no worries. And the fact that this result and any of the results that come after this don't actually hinge on us being successful this season in the Premier League, and that it doesn't actually hinge on winning the title. However, that performance needs to be a benchmark of what you don't do moving forward. I've never seen Andy Robertson look as legless as I have in that game last night. I've never seen him struggle so much. I really haven't. And, credit to Man City, they came out and they absolutely blitzed us. They played very good football. We started the game very well, but they took over. Once they got their penalty, and that penalty was deserved. Stupid mistake by Joe Gomez. Really, he just couldn't take his hands off Sterling. Just let it go. Let it go. Let Alisson try and deal with it. If he scores, he scores. Don't give them the penalty, though. You just don't do that. And yeah, he's still young. He'll learn. He won't make mistakes like that again, hopefully. But yeah, we've got to move on. We've got to move on to whoever comes next, put in a positive performance. And in a couple of weeks, hopefully we can silence Arsenal fans, because it is ironic that Arsenal fans are at the moment the loudest. They got a 4-0 win against Norwich, and all of a sudden Arsenal fans have become... You would think the way that Arsenal fans are talking at the moment, that they're champions of Europe and champions of England all at the same time. They're all exceptionally loud for being 7th. Make of that what you will. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here anyway. I'm going to do a lot of research on the games that are coming up for Liverpool, particular focus on Liverpool as well. Not really going to really mention the Tottenham game, because I didn't really want to after the performance that Liverpool put in, but I'll mention it. It was an abysmal performance by Tottenham. What can I say? It really was. Tottenham, I thought the form that Sheffield United were in, there's no way that Tottenham walk away from this without anything less than a win. And they go out there and they go 3-0 down. Alright, they had a dodgy VAR decision. That really was that's a harsher decision than the West Ham one, where Antonio was on the floor, apparently obstructing Kepa's vision. Like, Kepa was stood up. He's stood up and he's on the floor. How's he impeding his vision? But this one, Lucas Moura gets fouled by like 3-4 people, falls over, and anyone that's like I used to do martial arts as a kid, right? And anyone, if you fall over, one of the first things that you learn, or if you get thrown, is to break fall, or to use your hands to fall. They cannot expect like a foul like that to happen, and what's he going to do? Just pencil dive towards the ball with his head so that he doesn't use his hand? Because it resulted in a goal, and his hand hit the floor and the ball hit his hand, but because letter of the law is, if at any point the ball hits the player's hand, that goal is now going to be disallowed. VAR needs to make some drastic changes next season. Drastic changes. They need to have more involvement in certain situations. Jamie Redknapp going absolutely mental at the break, saying that's the worst VAR decision that we've ever seen. Let's not forget about Sheffield versus Aston Villa, though, where the ball was quite clearly over the line and VAR just went, not getting involved. What the hell? Anyway, yeah. So that's a small, brief mention of Sheffield United and Tottenham. I'm not too down about Liverpool's result. I'm really not. A lot of people are. A lot of people are going crazy about it. It's like, it's not the time to be going crazy about it. If we'd lost like that earlier on in the season, fair enough. But you know what? We beat Man City 3-1 at Anfield. They've beaten us 4-0. Take it on the chin, move on to the next game. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching this video. Has been a little bit different, but what's the point in going over stats and positional and, player ratings when, to be honest, if I was giving Liverpool players player ratings, I don't think any single one of them would get over a 3. And that's just me being me. That's just how I feel about it anyway. I think they will improve in the next game, whoever we're playing against, but I will do a full preview video coming out tomorrow looking at all of that stuff. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Have a great day, guys, and I'll catch you later.